All right, I got the rewinder off, and I cleaned and lubricated it because it was kind of catching. And the way to do that is you pop this little paperclip looking thing this way, and then when you reinstall it, don't think that you push it back on this way. What you do is you just lay it on top and then push down with your fingers like that, and this sloped edge then causes it to separate and just clips right in. That's the easy way to do it. So don't be trying to push it in this way. That's too difficult. Just lay it on top and then push down. And so now this thing works great. Before, when I pulled the cord, the little dogs only came out just a tiny little bit. About halfway through the pull, they were catching up on something, and now let me show you, they come out real good now. See that? The little white dogs, that's what you want. Real easy. Now, I'm sad to say that whoever had this mower took the air filter off, probably threw it away. It was dirty, and they decided to run it without an air filter, and that's what happens right there. So a lot of that dirt and grit gets up in there and ruins the engine. So this thing may be an oil burner now, I don't know, but that's all got to be cleaned off and cleaned up, and actually put an air filter on there like it's designed. Now the way you get this tank off is first you do have to remove this cover, because that piece right there bumps into the cover if you don't take it off. So you got to get that off. This is the gas cap I found earlier, showed you that in the prior video. And let me set the phone down, and we're gonna start getting into this carburetor and see if this mower can be saved or not. Definitely gonna need an air filter. So there we are. So now, let me get my gloves on. I'm just gonna start rocking this tank back and forth and pulling up on it. Because these two plastic clips on the side of the tank, that's all that holds it on to this little housing here. That little pressure clip. So now that's off. And now that I've got that off, I'm going to remove this air filter base. There's two screws, 5/16 here and here, and then there's I can never remember this number. The two screws that actually attach it into the plastic of the carburetor is a 9/32. Okay, so let me get my electric drill, and we're going to start taking this carburetor and tank off as a unit. The whole thing's going to come off. Boy, it's hard to see all that dirt up in there, man. Anyway, there should be a head of a screw somewhere right down in there. There you are. So covered in mud, I couldn't see it. All right, got that one out. And then the other one, where are you? There's so much mud in there. I think it's up in here. There it is, right there, just on the inside. Okay, so these two little screws here are what holds this air filter box onto the carburetor. These screws on the outside hold the box to this metal bracket. So let's see, is it 5/16? There's one, and then the other one's on the inside of the air filter, not the outside of the air filter box. Gotta find it. There we go. are out, and now this can be slipped out. Let me get my magnet to grab the base of that screw. And I'm going to grab all of these and put it in my magnetic dish so I don't lose them. There we go. Now, pop this guy off. Let's just see how dirty this thing is. I mean, my God, look at all the mud and filth on there, so that's bad. Okay, now I've got the tank off. There's no fuel in it. And I can start wiggling and get this carburetor off. So kind of wiggling up and down, a little bit side to side, just all the while I'm pulling it towards me. I'm going to use two hands now. There we go. Now there's a gasket and a retaining clip between this carburetor and the intake manifold. And sometimes it pops off, which is what it just did. So now I can take this whole thing and turn it this way and get it past the L turn on the automatic governor extension, which is that. Now there's no way this carburetor is not going to be filthy with all that dirt and air being sucked in. So that's how you get that off. And I'm going to get my flat nose pliers and get that carburetor off. Slide that hose clamp to the side. And now I hear something rattling around inside the tank. It's probably the clip to the cap that I showed you earlier. That's probably what was on here before. This is sometimes hard to get off, so you gotta hand like at that. Okay, so there we go. So here's our carburetor. Yeah. There's a little bit of fuel in there, or water probably. I'm gonna, first I'm gonna turn that flashlight off. Now I'm gonna go back to my 9/32 socket and remove these two screws. There's something coming out of this carburetor. It may be fuel, I don't know. Now see, these are longer than the ones that hold this carburetor to the air filter box. Let me tip this and get rid of whatever it is, this liquid is in here. Not too much in there. Okay, now I'm going to get this bowl off, and that is hard to do. So what I use is some little kitchen knives that I bought at the thrift store for 25 cents a piece. I bought several of them, and they are thin enough and dull enough to where they're not going to hurt myself. The screwdriver is usually it's too fat to get in here, so you need something really thin. So I'm going to try to get this in there. And start with the really thin front tip of it. There we go. Okay, see that? So that's in there. Now, I take this thing and it gets thicker and thicker and thicker as you get to the base of that kitchen knife. So I'm going to push this way, and that starts to force that bowl down. So that's much better. Now I'm going to come in with the back side, which is even more broad. See how broad that is there? And that's going to push it down even more. And now I'm going to turn it, if I can, and get that bowl off of there. So there we go. Not easy. looks like gas. Let me go dump this outside. Okay, it was mostly gasoline, I think. It was super old, as to be expected. Let me get a little paper towel and begin to soak this stuff up here. You're sitting on long screws over there with the other ones. And let's see if I can clean up some of this mess that I just made. Okay, so we checked the flywheel key, it's okay. We've reset the air gap. The kill switch and cable actually work, which is sort of a miracle. And I need to get these little guys off. This is the black rubber gasket, and here's the retaining clip. It goes in the front part of this carburetor. I'm going to go ahead and put it in there now, assuming I can get this carburetor to work. So I'm going to put it right there. The rubber part goes first, and then let me set that thing like that. And then I'll do the retaining clip. It clicks into place. Now this gray part here is sort of a dummy part, because the gray ones don't have a hole in the end. I think Briggs and Stratton designed this mower though, where this will actually work with the primary without a hole in it. I have taken these and drilled a hole in them, so the air is pulled in from there, but that's not the way Briggs made them. If it doesn't run right or do right, I'll drill a hole in it. But so, and I'm looking at the jet, and I can see air, a little pinhole. So it is open, it's not blocked. I want to get this out though, so I'm going to get a screwdriver, and I'm going to put this really tiny little screwdriver in these slots. They're hard to see, but there's a slot right there and right there. So I'm going to slip it in here, and then on this side, and now see, this will come out. And the reason I want to do this is I want to clean in here, because there'll probably be dirt and stuff. But there's also old fuel in here, usually. So let's take a look. Let's see if some fuel comes out. Not much. Okay, that's good. And then there's often a little bit of old fuel up in this cartridge. That part is gunked up, so that's not gonna work. That needs to be cleaned out or replaced. So let me just set this down for now. And go back to my old carburetor here. That looks really pretty clean down in there. Kind of amazed by that. Now I'm not going to spray a bunch of carb cleaner in there, because you can mess up the little rubber tip on that needle, and then you've got a leaking carb, and I sure don't need that. I think what I'll do is when you come back, I'll have either cleaned up that cartridge that I just showed you, or just get one out of my supplies that I put in there. So tune back in a little while, and I'm going to have this carburetor reassembled